what is the economic impact across the board on this red snapper ban?
I've gone out and talked to several clubs and several people that are in the industry, and it's been devastating. Florida has never really recovered from the hurricanes. We went from that to $4 a gallon gas, and then we went into the real estate bottom out, and it hasn't really recovered. Most of the clubs that have people that fish regularly, most of these clubs, 30 to 50% of their membership have had to get rid of their boats. Fishing pressure is way down. It's probably down to at least 50, maybe 60% decrease of what it was 4 years ago. But back to the economics of it, we're losing a lot of jobs at the Space Center. This couldn't hit at a worst possible time, at a worst possible place. And what makes it a real tragedy is it's unnecessary and it's unwarranted. And that is the tragedy of the whole thing.
I think you used the term management without measurement.
Yes, that's why it's unnecessary. They do not have the measurements in place, peer-reviewed science, to make these kinds of decisions, especially considering the impact they're having up and down the coast. Conservative estimates are 53,000 jobs this year.
53,000 jobs because of the ban on red snapper
yes,
fishing.
And the recreational fishing industry, the saltwater industry in Florida, is over a $5 billion a year industry. People come to Florida to do things they can't do in Michigan and in Illinois, which are catch red snapper and participate in our coastal activities. Once you take that away, people will not come here.
One of the main things also that you have to realize is they did not do an economic impact study on the southeastern coast of the United States before they're imposing these new regulations and these closures. What they did was they took one study done in the Panhandle on 2 charter boats and have extrapolated that into the southeastern fisheries, which is basically North Carolina to Key West.
That doesn't sound right to me.
I could use some better terms than that, actually.
That's unbelievable that they can ban a fishery without science, which they have acknowledged by their own peer review studies that is not a valid scientific data supporting the ban. So how can that happen?
They have a term called the best available science, which means they pick the science and they say that's the best available science. That is their edict by Congress, is to use the best available science. I have asked them to define what the best available science is. You have a hard time getting a straight answer from them.